on to the Daily Star now, finally. Nick, what have they got?
Hug a Gull, Steve. The Daily Star seems to have quite a heavy seagull emphasis. I've been doing this show since it started, and the amount of seagull-related Daily Star stories... I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't find the full article. I only have the front page here, so I don't know the full depth of this piece, Steve. But it seems to be based around the fact that boffins, who occur quite frequently in the Daily Star, boffins want people to ditch their hatred of seagulls and make peace with the winged pests. Because they... Or is it winged or winged? I did it in a sort of Shakespearean. Because they're not an enemy. And so they're saying these flying scumbags, as they also like to call seagulls, are not the enemy. But I'm not sure why exactly, because I haven't got the full article, but they'll be the enemy again tomorrow in the Star. This is how they go on seagulls.
Cressida, are they the enemy?
I think, of course they are. I mean, look, I'm a huge fan of seagulls in principle, in theory, but I don't want one on my head like this, stealing my chips. I think that looks...
And for you, that's a real possibility, because you live at sea.
I don't live at sea. I live on the canals. However, I am from the West Country and have spent a lot of time around seagulls. And, of course, they're a nightmare. They'll steal anything, but mainly chips.
Yeah. And also, I don't feel like I'm being harsh to seagulls for hating them for nicking chips, because if people nick my chips, I'd also take umbrage with them. So they really need to meet me halfway. These gulls, they need to, you know, address me on my terms.
Well, I think if somebody stole your chips, you'd have some legal position, wouldn't you? Whereas you don't get that. No, they just have a seagull position. And
they do, and they can fly away, so...
They can.
Otherwise, I'd be seagull and chips.